it's Kita and I am so grumpy today. Like, you guys have no idea how irritated I am right now. But I will get to that in a minute because, like, I didn't really want to make a video today. I was like, no, maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. But tomorrow is May 4th, so I will feel morally obliged to make Star Wars references, and then I might forget everything that I want to say in this video. So, you know, rather do it today and like just get it over with, because again, I'm just so irritated, but I will get to that later. But like, I want to do this video so number one, I can just get all of this frustration out of my system, and number two, for the whole, you know, 2 videos on this channel every month thing. So, a lot has happened since I last recorded a video. So the last video that I made on this channel was last week Wednesday, and the last video that I recorded, like put the camera on and actually made a video with, I don't know why I over-explain that, but like the last thing that I recorded was my main channel video that I uploaded yesterday. Now that I recorded on Thursday, the day after I uploaded the last video on this channel. So after I recorded that video, it was like still early afternoon. A couple hours later, I noticed that my finger was swelling like a lot. Now I know I read up that burns will cause swelling after, but I just had this gut feeling that something wasn't right. So because I couldn't get to a doctor who knew what they were doing around here, because I actually went to a hospital near here and they literally had no idea what to do with me. So because of that, my father had to drive me in the middle of the night an hour out of town to a different hospital. But they had a look at my hand and said that if it had stayed bandaged the way they told me to when I went to the clinic on Wednesday, my whole hand would have become infected. So yeah, that was great to hear. Also, the reason I felt like something was wrong was because, before I get into this, if you are squeamish, cover your ears. I will put like a thing here so you know when it's safe to listen again, because some of this sounds gross. So yeah, cover your ears or something. So the reason why my hand felt so uncomfortable was because the burned skin was completely dead and was kind of just moving on top of my hand. Like, once they took the bandage off, if I turned my hand, I could feel the skin moving on top of it. It felt disgusting. So they're looking at my hand, and the stuff that they put on at the clinic on Wednesday, they had no idea what this is. So the nurse is trying so delicately to clean the stuff up, and this is where it gets really gross again. A piece of my skin just flapped open and it was just red under there, and I freaked out. The doctor comes, he looks at us like, no, don't worry, that is just your new skin underneath, which means that now we need to cut the dead skin away. So yeah, good thing we went to the hospital in the middle of the night, because they had to hook me up to an IV to give me painkillers, and then they had to take all of the dead skin out so that my hand didn't get infected. Which would have happened if I didn't get so paranoid about some tiny little swelling on my finger. Like, the idea that so much could have gone wrong completely messed me up. Like, I was like full out crying just before we left to the hospital. And by the time we get there and they told me like what they had to do to, you know, keep my hand alive and well, like it was just too much, and I was tearing up. I literally could not stop. I wasn't like having a full-on meltdown, but like I was continuously streaming tears. And the one nurse, he was so nice, he was like literally just standing there wiping my tears away. Like, it didn't hurt, it was just thinking of all the things that could have gone wrong. Like, I have never been scared of doctors in my life, but after that I have no trust for doctors. Like, I won't just think that, okay, you're a doctor, you know what you're doing anymore. Like, that is gone, because, you know, the people at the clinic didn't know what to do with me. The first hospital I went to didn't know what to do, and if I had left it, I don't know what would have happened to my hand. So that messed me up so badly. But anyways, I fixed up my hand and they told me to come back every 2 days so they can change the dressing because it's not supposed to be on for longer than 2 days. Which again messed me up because, you know, the people at the clinic wanted me to keep it on for a full week, and again it was just playing in my head like all the bad things that could have happened. Also, apparently you're supposed to get a tetanus shot if you get burned. I didn't get that until Thursday night when I was at this other hospital, so yeah, just another thing that could have gone horribly wrong. Anyways, on Saturday, 2 days, was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, 2 days later, went to get the bandage changed, and the doctor I saw, it was a different doctor than the one I saw on Thursday, he told me to try and move my hands and, you know, just touch each of my fingers. My thumb couldn't reach my ring and pinky finger. Like, I seriously could not move it at all, and I freaked out. I couldn't hold a thumbs up. I couldn't even make my hand into a fist, and I panicked again because, you know, I know I was saying like I'm adapting so well to only having one hand in my last video, but like I was losing the function of my hand, and again that completely messed me up. But then he's like, no, just get like a tennis ball or something to practice holding and squeeze on it a little. So I'm not going to go looking for it now, but I have like this little smiley ball. It's got like foam in it, but it's pretty firm. Like I can squash it with this hand, but like this hand I could barely make a dent in it. So it was like exercising my hand for a while. Next time I went there was on Monday, and again I couldn't really hold a fist or make a proper thumbs up, but I could at least reach my pinky. Like it was still very hard, like I was just barely touching it, but you know, I was getting some function in my hand again. And the doctor I saw then told me, no, I should wait an extra day to come Thursday, which would have been today, because it would be more convenient for him. Yeah, I was sitting right there. He wasn't saying it to me, he was saying it to the guy who was writing on my appointment card when to come back. So I'm like, they told me it's not supposed to be on for longer than 2 days. Even the guy writing it said something with 2 days. And this doctor says, no, we can stretch it today, it's more convenient for me. Like, I've never seen this doctor before. And it's like, again, with the whole doctor thing, like, no trust there. So, if you saw my video yesterday, or you just know me, you know that my stubbornness kicked in, and I went yesterday. Like, I wasn't going to push it. I am not going to trust a doctor who puts their convenience ahead of a patient. Like, no. Just no. So anyways, I went yesterday. We waited 3 hours before we saw a doctor. But at least the wait was worth it. The doctor I saw yesterday, very, very sociable guy. He came, he introduced himself and everything. Like, the previous doctors didn't really do that. Well, the one I saw on Thursday did, but I was too emotionally scarred to really pay attention. But like, the guy I saw yesterday looked at my hand, like told me everything that was going on with it, the healing process and stuff. And this is now my last bandage. He said on Sunday I can take it off, I don't need to go there, I can take it off at home, and he told me how to look after it until it heals properly. And the worst that is going to happen is I'm going to have some scarring on my hands. So yeah, like I mentioned in the last video, I really don't mind that because, you know, again, right hand, Freddy Krueger, burn mark, like, it's kind of cool to me. And besides, like, pretty much my whole body is covered in marks and scars and stuff, and they only really bother me when they're on my face, and that's just because when I was in high school, I was bullied for having acne, so that is just some emotional scarring. But like, on my hand, I really don't care that much. Plus, I wear gloves all the time anyway. Like, even with this whole thing, I'm just wearing one hand gloves. So it doesn't really bother me that I'm going to have scarring on this hand at all. But yeah, at least it's healing properly. I got the right care, and yeah, this was just a very emotional week. Like, even after I went and got this taken care of nicely, like, I came back and I was just kind of a wreck. Like, because I had no function in this hand, I couldn't do anything. Like, normally I'm packing the dishes away in the morning and evening. I couldn't do that. Like, okay, now I still can't do that because, like, this is I can't really wash this, so I don't want to be touching dishes and stuff, and so, you know, I can't do as much as I could without the bandage, and even when it comes off, like, I still can't do a lot because, here's the thing, when a burn heals, it's basically the old skin breaking away and a new one coming out, so I am pretty much shedding like a reptile under this. And that is why I'm so grumpy, because you know what this feels like? It is itchy, and you're not allowed to scratch this, or you could just open up the whole thing. So I have this constant itching, and that is what is making me so grumpy. Like, I totally get why snakes and lizards and stuff get so cranky when they are shedding. It's not very comfortable. Seriously, I feel bad for reptiles for having to go through this so many times in their life. I feel their pain, literally. So, yeah, that is what has been going on with me this past week. It was a giant emotional roller coaster ride, but at least it's almost over, so yeah, I've actually been getting pictures to kind of document this whole thing. I'm not going to show you guys that because if I feel that it'll gross my mom out and possibly cause her to faint, I'm not going to put it anywhere online. So yeah, not going to show you guys any more pictures. I had one in my previous video, and once this looks decent and it's just that scarring, then I will show you guys what it looks like, but all the gooey, gross stuff, I'm not gonna show you guys what that looks like. So, ouch, I just conked my knee on my table. That really hurts. Not as much as, you know, getting flash fried by hot oil, but it still kind of hurts. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about in this video, just like the whole experience of last week and stuff. So, yeah, still keeping on. That almost got me very tongue-tied. I'm gonna shut up now. Bye! Also, one last thing, I did see Infinity War and I was right. It blew my mind.